Picture this. You're at a concert. Could be Coachella, could be a Grammy after party, could be Travis Scott's next show, could be Taylor Swift's Eras tour. Doesn't matter. You're in the crowd, close to the stage, excited. The energy is incredible. The artist comes out, the crowd surges forward, everyone pushes. You're swept up in the wave. You try to move with it, try to keep your balance. You're succeeding. Your feet are firmly on the ground. That's the problem. The crowd gets denser. You're packed in, shoulder to shoulder, chest to back. You can't move your arms. They're pinned to your sides. You try to adjust your position, can't. The pressure is increasing. You try to take a deep breath. Your chest expands maybe an inch. Not enough. The person behind you is pressed against your back. The person in front is against your chest. You're sandwiched. You try again. Deeper breath. Your ribs can't expand. The pressure from all sides won't let them. You're getting less air now. Your brain registers this. Panic starts. You try to move, try to create space, try to push back. Nothing moves. You're locked in place by thousands of pounds of human pressure. You can't breathe. You can't move. You can't escape. And nobody around you realizes you're dying. Oh, hey there. You know those news reports about stampedes and tramplings at concerts? They're wrong. That's not what kills people at Astroworld or Seoul or Hillsborough or any crowd disaster. People don't get trampled to death. They get crushed to death while standing upright in the middle of a crowd, conscious, aware, unable to breathe. Let's find out what it feels like when a crowd becomes a compressor. Before we get into the horrifying physics of what just happened to you, let's talk about what crowd crush actually is, because this is where media, movies, and most people get it completely wrong. The myth: people panic, stampede, trample over fallen bodies. The reality: people die standing up from compressive asphyxiation while surrounded by thousands of people who don't even know it's happening. At Astroworld in 2021, 10 people died. Media called it a stampede. It wasn't. Those 10 people died standing upright in a crowd so dense they couldn't fall down even if they wanted to. At Seoul's Itaewon Halloween gathering in 2022, 159 people died in a narrow alley. Bodies were found standing upright, compressed against walls and each other. At Hillsborough Stadium in 1989, 97 people died, not trampled, crushed against fences by the pressure of the crowd behind them. Here's the physics, and this is important because understanding this could save your life at your next concert or festival. Crowd density is measured in people per square meter. 2 people per square meter, comfortable, normal concert spacing. You can move freely. 4 to 6 people per square meter, dense, shoulder to shoulder, still safe but uncomfortable. 5 to 6 people per square meter, dangerous. Movement becomes difficult, arms pinned. 7 people plus per square meter, lethal. At this density, the crowd moves as a single mass. Individual control is lost. At Astroworld, crowd density reached 9 to 10 people per square meter in sections near the stage. At that density, you're not in a crowd anymore. You're in a hydraulic press made of human bodies. The force applied to your body isn't from individuals pushing. It's from crowd pressure. Hundreds or thousands of people each applying just a few pounds of force, creating cumulative pressure measured in tons. At 7+ people per square meter, the pressure on your chest can exceed 1,000 pounds per square inch. Your rib cage is strong. It's designed to protect your vital organs, but it's not designed for pressure from all directions simultaneously. Your lungs need space to expand. Your diaphragm needs to move downward. Your ribs need to move outward. In a crowd crush, none of that can happen. The timeline: 0 to 30 seconds. You've just been caught in a crowd surge. Maybe the artist came on stage. Maybe there's a bottleneck at an exit. Maybe someone fell and created a pileup. Doesn't matter. The density is increasing. You feel the pressure immediately. Not painful yet, just uncomfortable. You're aware of every person touching you, front, back, both sides. You try to move your arms, they're pinned. You can move your hands a little, but your elbows are locked against your body. You try to step sideways, can't. Your feet can shuffle maybe an inch, but the crowd is too dense. This is the moment where you should panic, should scream, should do everything possible to get out. But you don't, because it doesn't feel dangerous yet, just crowded, and everyone else seems fine, so you assume it's fine. It's not fine. 30 to 60 seconds. The pressure is increasing. You're now at 6 to 7 people per square meter. The crowd is moving as a single unit, swaying, pulsing. You have no control over your movement. When the crowd moves, you move. You try to breathe deeply. Your chest expands maybe 2 inches, not the usual 4 to 6 inches. You're getting maybe 30% of a normal breath. Your brain registers this. Oxygen levels dropping, CO2 building up. Your breathing rate increases. You're trying to compensate by breathing faster. But faster shallow breaths in a panic state burn oxygen faster than they replace it. You're making it worse. People around you are yelling. Some are trying to push back. It doesn't help. The pressure is coming from hundreds of people. One person pushing back does nothing. You're starting to genuinely panic now. Your heart rate is 140, 160 beats per minute. You're burning through oxygen. Your muscles are tensing, using more oxygen, creating more CO2. Your vision starts to narrow. Tunnel vision. Early sign of oxygen deprivation. 1 to 2 minutes. You're now in critical danger. The crowd density is 7+ people per square meter. The pressure on your chest is constant and increasing. You try to breathe, your ribs barely move. You're getting maybe 20% of a normal breath. Each breath takes enormous effort. Your diaphragm is fighting against hundreds of pounds of pressure. Your oxygen saturation is dropping from a healthy 98% to 80%, then 80%. Your lips might be turning blue. You wouldn't know, can't see yourself, can't think clearly anymore. You try to scream, maybe someone will hear, maybe security will see. Your scream comes out weak, barely audible over the crowd noise and the music. The people directly next to you might hear. They can't help. They're in the same hydraulic press. The people 10 feet away, though, they have no idea. They're at 4 to 5 people per square meter. Uncomfortable but safe. From their perspective, you're just part of the crowd. They can't see your face, can't see you struggling. This is what happened at Astroworld. People were dying 30 feet from people who were having a great time. The crowd density was lethal in pockets near the stage, but survivable everywhere else. Security couldn't see it. From their elevated position, a deadly crush looks identical to an excited crowd. They can't see individual faces, can't see who's breathing and who isn't. The artist on stage definitely can't see it. From 20 feet up, thousands of people all look the same. Arms up, jumping, moving. They can't tell who's dancing and who's dying. 2 to 5 minutes. You're losing consciousness. Your oxygen saturation is below 70%. Your brain is shutting down non-essential functions. Your arms, still pinned to your sides, are going numb. Your legs are struggling to hold you upright, but you can't fall anyway. The crowd is so dense you're physically held vertical by the bodies around you. Your vision is darkening, not from your eyes closing, from your brain not processing visual information anymore. Hypoxia. You might have a few coherent thoughts. I'm going to die here, in a crowd, at a concert. This is how I die. Or you might not. Your brain might be too oxygen deprived for a coherent thought. You stop struggling, not because you've given up, because your body doesn't have the oxygen to struggle anymore. From the outside, you look calm now. Not fighting, not moving much, just standing in the crowd. This is the most dangerous sign of all. When people stop struggling in a crowd crush, they're seconds from unconsciousness. 5 to 10 minutes. You're unconscious, still standing upright. The crowd pressure is the only thing keeping you vertical. Your heart is still beating. Your brain is technically alive, but you're not getting oxygen. Your heart is pumping deoxygenated blood through your body. Brain cells start dying. After 4 to 6 minutes without oxygen, permanent brain damage begins. After 10 minutes, the damage is catastrophic. Your heart starts to fail. Cardiac arrest from hypoxia, irregular beats, then no beats. You're dead. Still standing, held upright by 1,000 people who don't know there's a corpse in the crowd with them. When the crowd finally disperses, when security finally gets control, when people finally have space to move, you collapse. That's when people realize. That's when they see the bodies. Standing one moment, collapse the next. Not trampled, not injured, just dead from asphyxiation while vertical. What did you actually feel? Let's talk about the subjective experience, because unlike most deaths, crowd crush victims are conscious for most of it. At first, just discomfort. Crowded, annoyed, wishing people would give you space. Then, growing concern. This is too crowded. This doesn't feel safe. You should leave, but you can't leave. You're trapped. Then fear. Real fear. You can't breathe properly. You try to push out, nothing moves. Your brain starts screaming danger signals. Then panic. Pure survival mode panic. Trying to breathe, trying to move, trying to do anything. Nothing works. You're completely helpless. Then confusion. Why isn't anyone helping? Why isn't this stopping? Why is the music still playing? Then acceptance. A weird calm. Not peaceful, just your brain running out of oxygen. You stop fighting because you physically can't anymore. Then nothing. Unconsciousness, darkness, death. The survivors describe it as the most terrifying experience of their lives, being completely helpless, conscious, aware you're dying, unable to do anything about it. Some survivors passed out and were pulled out by security or crowd movement. They woke up in medical tents or hospitals. They survived with trauma, but they survived. The ones who didn't get pulled out, they died where they stood. Real cases, let's talk numbers. Astroworld 2021, 10 dead, 300 plus injured, ages 9 to 27. Died standing in crowd near stage. Seoul Itaewon 2022, 159 dead, 196 injured, in a narrow alley. Bodies found compressed against walls. Love Parade 2010, Germany, 21 dead, 500 plus injured, in a tunnel. Crowd crush caused by bottleneck. Hillsborough in 1989, UK, 97 dead, 766 injured. Football stadium, crushed against fences. The Who concert 1979, Cincinnati, 11 dead. Festival seating rush, crushed at entry doors. Kumbh Mela 2013, India, 36 dead. Religious festival, stampede at railway station. Black Friday 2008, New York, 1 dead, Walmart employee, trampled by shopping crowd. These aren't ancient history. Itaewon was 2021. Astroworld was 2021. This keeps happening. Why does this keep happening? Because people don't understand crowd dynamics. Neither do most security teams. Neither do most event organizers. They think stampede. They think panic. They plan for people running and trampling. But that's not what happens. Crowd crush is physics. It's density. It's pressure. It's preventable with proper crowd management. What causes crowd crush? Too many people in too small a space, overcrowding, bottlenecks, narrow exits, fences, barriers, crowd surges, everyone moving toward one point, panic, which makes everything worse, poor crowd management, no flow control. At Astroworld, all of these factors were present. 50,000 people, barriers creating bottlenecks, crowd surging towards stage, inadequate security. Perfect conditions for disaster. At Seoul Itaewon, a narrow alley became a death trap. People entering from both ends. Density reached lethal levels in the middle. No escape route. At Hillsborough, too many people were allowed into a standing area. Fences prevented escape. Police didn't recognize the danger until people were already dying before police were able to recognize the danger. Warning signs of dangerous crowd density. Here's how you know when to get out, because at a concert, at Coachella, at any festival or Grammy party, you need to recognize these signs. Safe, 2 to 4 people per square meter. Can move arms freely, can move in any direction, can seek ground between people. Crowd moves naturally. Concerning, 4 to 5 people per square meter. Arms pinned to sides, can only move with the crowd, shoulder to shoulder, starting to feel pressure. Dangerous, 5 to 6 people per square meter. Cannot move arms at all, being lifted off your feet involuntarily, significant pressure on your chest, crowd moving as a single mass. Lethal, 7 plus people per square meter. Cannot breathe deeply, no control over movement, intense pressure from all sides, people falling and not getting up. If you reach concerning, start moving toward exits. If you reach dangerous, you need to get out immediately. If you reach lethal, you're in critical danger. How to escape a crowd crush. If you find yourself in a dangerous crowd, here's what to do. Number 1, move diagonally. Don't try to push straight back against the crowd. Move diagonally toward the edges. The edges have lower density. Number 2, keep your arms up. Boxer stance. Arms bent, fists near your face. This creates space around your chest, protects your ribs, gives you an air pocket. Number 3, don't pick up dropped items. If you drop your phone, leave it. Bending down in a crowd crush means you won't get back up. If you fall, protect yourself. Curl into fetal position, hands protecting head. Try to create airspace around your face. If you see someone fall, help if possible, but don't risk your own life. If the density is too high, you can't help. Get yourself out, then alert security. What not to do. Don't push back. You're not fighting one person. You're fighting the pressure from hundreds. You'll lose. Don't panic.
I know, easier said than done. But panic makes you breathe faster, use more oxygen, make worse decisions. Don't assume security will save you. They often can't see what's happening. They can't reach you through the crowd. Don't wait for it to get better. It won't. Crowd density doesn't decrease on its own. Get out while you still can. For festival and concert goers, prevention. Going to Coachella, Lollapalooza, any festival or Grammy party? Number 1, stay near exits. Don't push to the front of the crowd. The view isn't worth your life. Number 2, scope out escape routes. When you enter a venue, note where exits are, multiple exits. Number 3, avoid bottlenecks. Narrow passages, fences, barriers. These create crush zones. Number 4, leave early if necessary. If crowd density is increasing, leave before it becomes dangerous. Number 5, don't be the center of the crowd. Edges are safer, always. The artist perspective. Let's talk about Travis Scott, because he got crucified for Astroworld. Some deserved, some not. From the stage, 20 feet up, with lights and production, the artist cannot see individual faces, cannot tell who's having fun and who's dying. A crowd crush looks identical to an excited crowd from that perspective. Arms up, movement, energy. Travis Scott did eventually stop the show, did call for help, but by then, people had already been dying for minutes. Should he have stopped sooner? Probably. Should better systems be in place? Absolutely. But the idea that the artist is watching people die and keeps performing, that's not how it works. They genuinely can't see it. The event organizer's responsibility. This is where the real blame lies. Event organizers control venue capacity, often oversold, barrier placement, often creates bottlenecks, crowd staffing, often inadequate, crowd management, often non-existent, emergency response, often too slow. Astroworld was an organizational failure. Too many people, not enough security, poor crowd control, inadequate emergency planning. Seoul Itaewon was a city planning failure. Known dangerous location, massive crowd expected, no crowd control measures. These deaths are preventable with proper planning, proper staffing, proper crowd management. But proper costs money, and some organizers choose profit over safety. The survivor's trauma. Let's talk about the people who lived. The ones who were in the crush, passed out, got pulled out by security, survived. They have PTSD, they have nightmares, they can't go to concerts anymore, can't be in crowds. Some can't even be in elevators or small spaces. The helplessness stays with them, the terror of being unable to breathe, unable to move, completely at the mercy of crowd physics. Some survivors feel guilty. Why did I survive when others died? Survivor's guilt is real. The witnesses have trauma too, the people who saw it, who tried to help, who couldn't save everyone. So when you see Astroworld mentioned, remember it's not just 10 deaths, it's 300 plus injured, it's thousands of traumatized attendees, it's families destroyed, it's survivors with permanent psychological damage. The uncomfortable truth. You could do everything right, stay near the exits, watch for warning signs, keep your arms up, follow all the safety advice, and still die in a crowd crush. Because once you're caught, once the density reaches lethal levels, you're at the mercy of physics and crowd dynamics. Individual actions have minimal impact. The only real protection is avoidance. Don't put yourself in situations where a crowd crush can happen. That means skipping the front of the crowd at festivals, leaving early from packed venues, avoiding obvious bottlenecks, not attending overcrowded events. I know, that sucks. You want the full experience. You want to be close to the stage. You want the energy of a packed crowd. But is it worth the risk? 10 people at Astroworld thought it was. They were wrong. The aftermath. When a crowd crush happens, the aftermath is chaos. Emergency services overwhelmed, hundreds of injured, bodies being pulled from the crowd, triage happening on site. Survivors are treated for compression injuries, broken ribs, bruising, trauma. Some have permanent damage, collapsed lungs, broken bones, crushed organs. The dead are identified, families are notified, media descends, investigations begin, lawsuits are filed, years of litigation. Some families get settlements, some get nothing. The money doesn't bring anyone back. The venue might update safety protocols, or just pay the settlements and continue operating the same way. And the next festival, the next concert, the next big gathering, it happens again somewhere else, because people don't learn, organizers don't learn, and physics doesn't care. The saddest part. You know what the saddest part is? If you'd just stayed near the back of the crowd, if you'd left when it started getting too dense, if you'd chosen safety over proximity to the stage, you'd have experienced the same concert, same artist, same music, slightly worse view, but you'd be alive. Instead, you died standing in a crowd, conscious, terrified, helpless. Your family got a phone call, your friends saw it on the news, your social media became a memorial. all because you wanted to be close to a Travis Scott concert or a Grammy party or Coachella. So there you have it. Crowd crush. Not stampede, not trampling. Compressive asphyxiation while standing upright. Happening at Astroworld, Seoul Itaewon, Hillsborough, and countless other events. Preventable, but still happening. If this video teaches you one thing, let it be this. Festival season is starting. Coachella is in weeks. Grammy parties are happening. Concerts are selling out. And crowd crush can happen at any of them. Know the warning signs. Know how to escape. Know when to leave. And most importantly, know that no concert, no festival, no party is worth your life. Hit that subscribe button and smash the notification bell, because apparently common sense needs a reminder notification. Welcome to the Mr. Afterlife community, where we learn how not to die by watching other people make fatal mistakes. Drop a comment telling me if you're going to Coachella or any festival this year. And please, please tell me you'll stay near the exits. Oh, and to whoever's currently at a packed concert reading this on their phone, look around. Check the crowd density. If you can't move your arms freely, it's time to leave. Your favorite song isn't worth dying for. Stay safe, stay smart, and stay near the exits. This is Mr. Afterlife reminding you that death is permanent, but stupidity is optional. Crowd crush is physics. Don't fight physics.